Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video on Love&Youtube, a new series that I have created because it's just so much that goes on YouTube. I feel like I need to talk about it, and I'm going to bring a positive to what I will be talking about. Nothing negative at all, not bashing anyone, because I don't believe in that. I believe things happen, people make mistakes, and you just have to learn to move on from it. So I have been keeping a lot of my friends updated on Facebook about the Domo Crissy situation, and a lot of them was like, Steph, you should really just do a video, because I just feel like this needs to be a video of like how you feel about it. And I was like, you know, you're absolutely right, and I wanted to just talk positively, and then also a person from the outside looking in on their relationship, because they have put all their personal business on social media. And I feel like, I know they may not watch this, but it's just so important. Even if you have been in a relationship like this, maybe some things that I talk about can probably be an eye-opener for you in your relationship, because hey, especially since I've been with my husband for what, going on 10 years. We've been together for a long time. We're 28. Time is just flying. No, I'm not super duper old, but I'm getting there. I'm almost 30. But anywho, this isn't about me. But basically, long story short, if you don't know what's going on, Domo and Crissy were a major, like really big YouTube couple on YouTube. Of course, on YouTube, Steph, duh. But no, they were a really big couple together, and a lot of people really loved them. I personally like both of them, and I was really sad that they decided to part ways. If you missed that video, I believe they still kept that channel open, or they closed it, I don't know. But basically, long story short, in that video they just decided they wanted to mutually depart ways. I guess the love wasn't there anymore. You know, sometimes when you've been in a relationship, you just outgrow the relationship. But they do have a son. Domo, she had a she did the fertility treatment, so she ended up getting sperm, and they have a baby. So now what's been plastering all on social media is that Crissy has a new girlfriend, and Domo isn't really happy about that. And now it has gotten to the point where Domo, she doesn't want Dominic around Crissy, because she feels like Crissy has changed, and Crissy's doing all of this stuff like smoking weed and drinking, blah blah blah. From an outsider looking in, this is what I feel like. One, they're both young. Crissy is what, 22, Domo is 24. They were only together about 2 years, I want to say, before they even decided to go and have a baby. I honestly believe Crissy was not mentally ready to have a baby, and she even said that in one of her tweets, where she said, even though that I wasn't ready, I grew up and I learned, you know, I loved this little boy. And I honestly, from my personal looking in, I honestly believe Crissy did not want to have a baby. And I felt like Domo was at that point in her life where she wanted to have a child. And when you're in a relationship with someone, you have to be on the same page mentally, because age, I'm not saying that age is not a factor, because you can meet people who are very mature for their age and who are ready to settle down, have a family at a very young age. Me and my husband, we were on the same page. We have been together 10 years, and we go through things, you know. But I'm not gonna put my business on social media. I will do videos like this where I can come and later on talk about those things, because maybe someone is currently struggling in that area, you know, because marriage is a whole different ball game. And they also were engaged. Crissy and Domo was also engaged. So from the beginning, I honestly feel like Crissy was not ready. She's younger than Domo, so I feel like she still wanted that fun relationship. I honestly believe when you get 25 and you start hitting in towards the 30 range is when you kind of get your mind right of wanting to be a family for some people who really don't want children. I mean, I know a lot of people are going into their 30s now who just don't want children because they want to live their life, and you can't blame them. But you want to find someone who is mentally there with you, because there are a lot of couples who say they don't want children. Look at Jen, what's her name, from The Real. She didn't want children, but her husband ironically changed his mind and said he wanted children. You have to be on the same page with someone. If you know that this person doesn't want children, then you can't force them into having babies. And I'm not blaming Domo, but I do believe that she knew deep down inside that Crissy really did not want to be a mother just yet. I felt like everything was just rushed. I caught Domo and Crissy at a point when they were already a couple. Their channel was doing really extremely well. So I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, honestly. But just from an outsider, I feel like that was the starting point of destruction. Especially since they weren't together for years on years. 2 years is not really a lot of time to know someone. Hell, even when you get married, it's like it flips a clock. You could be with someone for X amount of years, but then when you're starting your marriage years, it's like, who is this person? Like, oh my goodness. And I'm telling you, it's because I have lived through this, and I have changed even as being a married woman. I've gone through things where I felt like I want to be young. I don't really want to be tied down. But then at the end of the day, it's like, I love this person. I want to make this work. And I don't want my family to be apart. You know, that's my goal, to have a family. Even though, not saying that you should stay with people because you don't love them. I don't believe in that. But when the love is there and you know that you have things to work on. So number 2 thing I kind of see from the outside looking in, I really feel like Domo is suffering from postpartum depression. A lot of her outbursts has been extremely very similar to what I went through, and I feel like Crissy wouldn't understand because Crissy isn't the one that had the baby. My husband didn't understand until he seen me going through the things that I was going through, you know, crying, my outbursts of just total destruction, honestly. And I feel like that's not being resolved. And then you have a breakup where, you know, someone tells you that they no longer love you, and you know, you're probably already battling shit as is in your mental, and it's like, you mean you don't love me? You've been with me this amount of years and you don't love me anymore? So it's like, okay. I don't agree with Domo keeping Dominic away from him. From her. Because honestly, regardless if Crissy didn't want to be a mother when Domo first got pregnant, she changed. She was there, but Domo was saying that Crissy wasn't there during the pregnancy, but videos tell different stories. But at the end of the day, this is only 10 minutes out of someone's 24 hours, so you really don't know what is going on behind closed doors. This is why you should not look up to YouTube couples, because everyone has flaws. There's shit that you just don't know about someone, and you will be really surprised if you found out about them. I don't agree with the outbursts and going on social media, neither one of them, because honestly, it's like, what if y'all end up wanting to get back together? Maybe your time isn't now. Maybe your time is probably later on. Some people meet. You ever heard the saying that when you meet someone, sometimes the timing just isn't right? That's why your parents try to tell you, like, no, I want you to live life. I want you to travel. I don't want you to really be tied down in your early 20s, because you just really don't know what you want as a young adult. And it didn't hit me until, even though I was married for a little while and being with this person for so long, you know, I think 25 was a game changer for me and my husband, because it's like you're slowly learning a little bit more about yourself, who you are. You're trying to be an individual in a relationship, and it can be difficult. And that's why I stress the 5 languages of love. A lot of couples don't know their language of love, and that can just be a self-destruction in itself too, because you don't know what ticks your partner off. You may think you know, but you really don't know, because they didn't say it out their mouth. You really don't know what gets them going. And I think that's just kind of where everything just buckled down for them. You know, I really wish them the best, but I think that this whole social media is just not cutting it. Going on live, you know, down talking one another. At the end of the day, you two were together. Regardless of what was said after the relationship, you two were together. There was love shared. I don't care what neither one said. I don't care what Crissy said. I don't care what Domo said. You two were together. You two decided to have a damn baby together. Now the baby's here. Now it's time to be an adult. This is why I can't do lesbian relationships, because it's just too damn much. Like, it's just too much. I dated a girl back in high school, and it was just like, if I'm gonna go through this, I'm gonna go through this with a man, because I just don't have time. I just don't. I'm just not gonna do it. And I just feel like it's just like an ongoing drama that just is never ending. And I don't believe in that. People are saying, well, Crissy moved on quick. She may have, but guess what? You can meet someone who gets it, who clicks. I'm telling you this, like, I'm really trying to tell you this. Yes, I knew my husband for a minute before we got together, but me and my ex had broken up in like June, right? But the relationship was mentally gone. I knew this wasn't going to be anymore because I was tired of it mentally. People have to realize your mind leaves before you actually walk out the door. And that's what a lot of people don't take into consideration. And this is why a lot of children, they have a lot of children that look up to them. And so a lot of children don't get it. They don't understand it from an adult's point of view, because they think, well, I don't care, you know, she just moved on quick. Sometimes we all have moved on really quick. We all have done it. You know, and you can't knock her because she wanted to move on. She found someone who got it, who brought that excitement back out of her. We don't know what she went through in the relationship with Domo, you know, and vice versa. Maybe she was mentally tired of Domo's shit. And she, you know, people grow out of love. This is why a lot of people, when people will say, damn, they've been married 20 years. You know people can outgrow love, right? You do know that, right? That's love isn't enough to sustain a fucking relationship. You need more. It's more than that. Like, you have, like, I was watching something and they said, you know, sex isn't what makes a marriage. It's the communication levels, is learning your and that's another thing. The 5 language of love isn't always sexual. It's just what makes you happy. And people have to realize, a lot of people get tired of the same shit. You know, they've been with someone for so long and they're just mentally tired. And some people don't voice those concerns. Maybe Domo and Crissy didn't work out those issues. And that's why we have these issues that we have on social media right now. I don't agree with it, because I've been there where I did the whole social media thing at their age. That's the funny part. At their age, well, like early 20s, I want to say like 20, like 18, 19-ish and 17-ish. I did it because, why? I was immature. You know, I didn't know that you have to keep some things private, and you never know that if you're going to get back with this person, because things can change, you know, once you communicate on that level. And that's just what happens. And then another thing is pranks. This is why I don't do pranks on my channel with my husband. I may do fun ones, like calling him, or calling when I called my granny, or playing with my children. Pranks really they just don't sit right with me, because I feel like it opens a door that you don't want. You know, think about all the pranks that they did on their channel. I'm cheating this, I'm cheating this, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't have the mental for that shit, because let my husband talk about it was fake. We ain't doing that fake shit over here. This is real life. Like, no, don't play with me. I'm not doing stuff just to get a view. No. And I think that's where they went wrong. A lot of YouTube couples go wrong with that, because they do it so much that it's to the point, like, then you just do one on cheating. Like, do you really want to cheat? You know, that's my mental. So I don't know. That's just my mental. But I really hope that they can resolve their issues. They can co-parent. And another thing is, Domo said that she moved to California. She's been wanting to move to California for a long time. It just, to me, it just felt ironic that she just wanted to move there after Crissy got a girlfriend. I don't know. But the whole thing hurts my head. I've been just looking at their tweets, and I'm just like, I'm sick of both of y'all at this point, because it's just like, be an adult. You're an adult. You have people that look up to you. And I hate when people say, well, I'm just trying to live in my truth. Yeah, you're living in your truth, but you don't have to tell the whole goddamn world what's going on. Keep some things to yourself. Privacy. Privacy. Oh my goodness. You know, yeah, she may not have appreciated you. You will find, God will bless you with someone else. You know, that's what I had to realize when I was mistreated in a relationship. I said, I know my worth. And I'm not going to be dealing with this bull crap. I know. And what did God do? I trusted in him and he brought me someone who actually appreciates me. But that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. I really didn't want to go negative route with it. I wanted to go more on an adult approach because I know a lot of children look up to them. And I just want to let you guys know. I've been with my husband. We've been together, what, 10 years? August 30th and been married. We'll be married 5 years on August 30th. Yeah, I'm young. I'm 28. But I'm almost 30, so to me, that's not really young anymore. But I look young, so that's the key. But no, it's all about growth. It's all about learning your partner's love language. It's all about communicating, and it's all about learning to get the fuck off social media and let it go. If you are arguing with your man or your ex, let it go. Block her. Why you keep dealing with her? Deal with her on a parenting level and keep it moving. I don't know what it's like to co-parent. And I don't want to know what it's like. Me and my husband, we talk about this all the time. When we see the drama on, even with friends that we see, you know, I don't want to go through that. I like my life, and I pray that God continues to provide abundantness into our marriage. And, you know, we're staying faithful to the journey that God has given us. And, you know, I don't want to go through that. So I know what I have to do. We know what we have to do in order to keep this route going. But I hope you guys really like this video. I plan to do a little bit more of just talking about marriage and relationships on my channel and bringing people on as well. I just decided to name it Love and YouTube just for fun. It's no pun intended because it's really funny. But until the next video, guys, I will see you, and be sure to drop anything that you have to say about this situation. Maybe give them some advice if you are co-parenting and you've been in a situation as such. I haven't, so I'm just going on a more positive direction, if that makes sense. But until the next video, guys, I'll see you.